it was kind of hard for me to even come out and make this video. But I think I can use my story to, guide and inspire some people. If you're on bad times in your life, if you're going through something terrible in your life, I think this story can help a lot of people. So, before YouTube, I was in the Air Force for 8 years. And I found myself... Alright, let me start that over. It's kind of hard for me to even open up and say anything about this situation. But I think this story can help some people realize that you don't have to stay down. And before YouTube, man, I was in the Air Force for 8 years, right? I was in the Air Force for 8 years, and a lot of people wanted me to stay in. Like my ex-wife, I think she really wanted me to stay in, and I kind of felt like Ghost. If y'all watch Power, like, yo, your wife wants you to keep doing something that you're not really into just because of the money. I understand you have to make money to be stable and to live life, but that's not what defines us as people. That wasn't success to me. And I would just say it like this. I ended up down the road, I was very unhappy with my job. I had a really good job in the Air Force. I met really good people and I had connections and everything. But it was something that I didn't want to do any longer. I had the best clearances in the world and everything. Credentials, everything. But I felt less than people that I was working for. I have that personality where when I was standing on the side of the steps, if you see the president walk up, you see, Secretary of State Defense, you're standing right next to the steps and they're walking down the red carpet. I always pictured myself being in that situation rather than standing on the side of the steps. But I understand you have to start from somewhere. And I felt like if I was to keep that up and stay on that path, I would be stuck there forever. I would just be the person in charge of the people standing on the side of the steps, not the one walking down the red carpet. So I was going through tough times with my personal life because I was depressed about my job and everything. I wanted to stop. And man, I ended up getting a divorce. So that year I lost my wife. And it didn't end there. Because now I have to pay all these bills and stuff by myself. I was paying like $18.75 in my mortgage. And I still had I had other bills to uphold. I had a car note, everything, kids. So it's just like I failed. I couldn't maintain that lifestyle, even though everybody was so used to me being the guy that, you're doing good in the Air Force, we're so proud of you. And it just took me back that I'm actually failing at life now. It felt like everything was crumbling. I had the nice house, I had the wife, the kids, I had the nice cars, I had everything. But with those material things sometimes, and people that are not supporting your dreams, it can feel like you have nothing at certain times. It definitely can. It can feel like you have nothing. So with that being said, I ended up losing my house and I had to figure out my next step. So I moved back to North Carolina. I had to come back to North Carolina. I packed up everything I could in my car and drove back to North Carolina. And I eventually got a job, right? After putting in mad time trying to search for a job. My resume, it was immaculate and read so beautifully. And it just felt like I wasn't getting a job that I really wanted. And prior to me leaving, I applied for major jobs. I had a whole bunch of jobs in line. But the thing is, the career field that I was in, I could not wait an entire year just for the process to be over. I didn't have that time. I would have been definitely living on the streets for a lot longer, and So I got to North Carolina. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but this is what it is. So I get to North Carolina, and I land my first job. They tricked me. I get there, and basically the job was us like knocking on people's doors, signing them up for internet. Yeah, I thought it was the way they put it in writing, it was an office job. And what they, you know what I'm saying, made you believe when you got there, you was all dressed up and everything, and then they flipped it on you once you got there and you signed up with the job or whatever. I quit. I got another job. Now I was working this job, and I had, you know, bills come out of my check. Now after each one of my checks, I was left with like $333 every check. So you work 2 weeks and all I would get $333. And that was enough for me to like pay my phone bill and stuff, and then make it to work with my last $5 to put in my gas tank. So it was some days that I did not even like eat, because you have to think about, damn, am I gonna eat today, or am I gonna put gas in my car so I can make it to work? Those are some of the hard decisions that you will have to make when you're in that situation. I was depressed, you know, going through it. I just closed my life off, you know, and I didn't want nothing to do with people. I wasn't happy with myself, but one thing I didn't do is stay like that forever. I started thinking like, yo, all right, how can I get out of this? How can I get on my feet? And luckily, I'm gonna say luckily, yo, I got fired from my job, yo, which I'm happy about. Thank you for firing me. Like, I never thought I would say that, but I appreciate y'all for firing me, because this gave me the extra drive to like do something that I really wanted to do. And what my last like $700 I had saved up, I bought a camera, and I already had a Mac and everything, so I just started to like do research on how to do videos, and I just started to upload, man. And my internet here sucked and everything, and it'd take me like, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I treated it like a job. I get up from 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would do like 4 videos a day. I would record those videos, I would edit all those videos, and then it's like, for one video to make it on the internet, the way that internet was set up, yo, it would take 3 hours to get that video online. 3 hours each video. So I would be up till like 11, 12 o'clock at night just doing videos. And this is not to discourage anybody, but that's the kind of work that you have to put in, especially when you're chasing your dreams. And this has opened up different doors for me. It's been a great experience, man. I connected with a lot of great people, and I'm living life now. So if you're down on your luck, don't feel like you have to stay there. I've been there too. One of the most embarrassing things to me about the whole situation, I had a car. You know, everybody's so used to me, oh, Dre got this, Dre got that. Boom. I get here, within like a couple of days, man, a tow truck shows up. They come and take my car, man. Like, I had a Porsche, and they took it. Just took it, you know? But I had to, you know, I had to let go of the material things, because I couldn't afford to like maintain those anymore. My savings account was depleted. My heart was defeated. And now that I look on it, I look at it as a learning lesson. Everything is a learning lesson, and I'm willing to talk about this now. So anybody that's going through anything in their life, man, and y'all feel like this is it for y'all, it's not it for y'all, because I made it. And I think a part of me starting this channel and everything is that I should help other people as well. And I always want to help other people. I don't need money from you, need nothing. I try to help out the most people that I can, and if I can change somebody's life, change their perspective on something, if you're thinking about doing something crazy to yourself, because we all been there. I've seen those dark places and where that can get you. Don't feel like you by yourself. Don't feel like you by yourself, because I've been there too. But you don't have to stay there any longer. Get up off your butt. Put that work in. Don't look for nobody to support you. When I started, I didn't have anybody. I didn't solicit my friends like, oh, watch my videos. I went out here, and once other people start to see what you're worth, then the people around you, it's weird though, then the people around you start respecting what you do. But if you force them to watch your videos and like and subscribe and stuff, your family, and I'm talking about people that actually really know you in real life, then you know it's not gonna be, you ain't gonna get the reaction that you want, you know, and accept that. But everything is a journey, man. Everything is a journey, and treat it as such. Treat it as such, man. If you put the time and the work in, you can gain everything. Everything that I built, this stuff, I did it myself. And we're gonna continue to do that. As a man that's lost everything, material, I felt like I gained everything. And hopefully from this video, you've gained something too. And you're not alone. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys, and I'm out.